Madam Chair.
Supervisor Carroll.
On item 5 of the agenda, I see that when it comes to background information, we don't really have any. I'm accustomed to having more than that when it comes to discussion and even a vote on an item like that. I was hoping that the county administration from now until maybe October 20th could come up with a study directing your staff, Mr. Huckleberry, to give us a report on Pima County Supervisors' use of county-owned vehicles.
Not only supervisors, but remote staff.
No, I mean, we're circled, I think, just as supervisors here, but it would be okay if we heard a report on all the county vehicles, who drives them, except for, of course, those that are undercover, that either work for the sheriff's department, the county attorney, or any other unit that handles undercover
Mr. Huckleberry.
operations.
Madam Chair, we can provide whatever information the board would like.
Madam Chair, Supervisor Miller.
I put this item on the agenda, and the reason that I put it on is because as we look around, there are other counties that are not doing this, providing county-owned vehicles to supervisors for use. And given the slow economic recovery in Pima County, and most certainly we're lagging behind Maricopa County and other areas, and the salaries that the supervisors get, it's statutorily defined, $76,500 a year. And I used a county car when I first got elected, and I realized, this is an excessive amount that's being donated to supervisors, or that using that car was excessive in my opinion, because as I'm driving around the county, I live in my district, so I'm back and forth in my district all the time. And with recent tax increases, the 1% cap we're bumping up against, the lack of wage increases for our employees, especially step increases for the deputies, we can't fix our roads, and we had to raise taxes to pay for libraries. And the average wage in Pima County is $44,000 a year. And we're asking those folks to pay for vehicles for us who are making over $76,000 a year. And people in this community are hurting. And I think we would be tone deaf if we didn't end the practice of supervisors utilizing county vehicles. And with that, I will move to end the practice of supervisors using county vehicles.
Is there a second? No second. Motion dies for lack of a second.
Madam Chair.
Supervisor.
As we mentioned, it's usual that we would get some background information on this practice and whether it makes fiscal sense. A true comparison across counties, all other 14 counties in Pima County, would be something that I would like to see included in that study. But a study and some background information on any item that comes to the board for a vote and discussion should be in place. So again, I make the motion that Mr. Huckleberry do a use of county-owned vehicles by the Pima County Board of Supervisors, other line officers, and all those that do not include the undercover operations, as I mentioned earlier, of the sheriff, the county attorney, and any other operation that uses undercover plates for a reason. Thank you.
Is that a motion or is it a direction?
That's my motion, to direct staff to do the study, to come back with it on possibly October 20th, if not the first meeting in November. Thank you.
I'll second that, Madam Chair. And Supervisor Carroll, I would ask that such report be a comprehensive report as well.
And I would note that it's standard business practice for the public sector or private sector for business miles to be reimbursed in some form. Personal miles, our mileage to and from work is not reimbursable. I mean, it is reportable as income, which we do. Personal miles are miles from and to your place of work. And it's, again, standard practice for public and private sector to reimburse for business use of vehicles. Again, in a number of forms, either in a payout for vehicle use or pay per mile, with the county vehicle itself. So there are a number of approaches to business use, and perhaps any report should reflect that.
Madam Chair?
Madam Chair, just on a follow-up to the motion, I just want to make sure that we're either going to hear this, if it can be done by October 20th, great. If not, we have a meeting on November 10th, and that would be a good day to have the information presented so we can have a review, a comment upon, a discussion, and a vote.
Madam Chair,
Supervisor Miller.
I am, that's fine if we move that out to that date. And I want to make sure that I understand, Supervisor Carroll, you want all county-owned vehicles and you excluded undercover vehicles. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And the supervisor's vehicles are undercover vehicles,
Yes,
which
ma'am,
is
but
my
you
concern. that
specifically
we're not-
asked for the Pima County Supervisors. I think those are going to be included. That's the intention, including the one that you used to drive.
I do not drive a county car.
Including the one that I said you used to drive.
And so for that, I can agree with that as long as we have the county supervisors in there because they are in fact undercover cars. So I wanted to clarify that. Thank you, Supervisor Carroll.
Madam Chair, by point of clarification, if I may.
Certainly, Supervisor.
I believe Mr. Carroll and the record should reflect this indicated undercover cars that are driven by police law enforcement officers.
Thank you.
There's a motion on the floor. Any further discussion? Any objections? Hearing none, motion carries.